Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Cast Carbon, and this will be the first video for the Alphonse Elric armor build. I want to try to make these videos a little more watchable, so I'm gonna cap them in around about a half an hour. My hope is that it'll be more digestible and a better viewing experience. But what I'm also gonna do is I'm just gonna try to keep pushing myself to post videos. So I may not necessarily finish something, like if I start on a piece of armor in one video, I may not have it completed in that video. I'm just going to kind of just roll with it. I have a tendency to improvise the video side of this, so that's probably going to continue for a while, since in my eyes the primary art of this endeavor is making these suits of armor or whatever I'm making. So enough of that chit chat, let's go ahead and get into the video.
It's hot, and I'm wearing a welding jacket. So, y'all have seen me build Chief, and now that I'm started on Alphonse, we're gonna look over, a couple fun things right quick. So, this right here, this pretty object, is a very expensive object. It's not that expensive. Well, whatever, air quotes. But anyway, I got an anvil. This one in particular, we can see right here, well, maybe you can't see it super good, but it is a 66-pound anvil. It's by Vever, which actually, it's actually the same brand that made the nibbler, and I think even the shear is the same brand. So it's actually kind of funny. The nibbler, the shear, and this anvil, I bought it all from the same brand, Vever. Funny how that works out. Anyway, so I do have a nice fresh anvil. I actually have in my possession a second anvil back here, but this one's seen better days, so I largely won't be using this anvil, I don't think, but I was gifted or am borrowing this anvil, this other one. I got this brand new one, so we've got these to work with. And I have my homemade, I guess, mushroom anvil. I don't know how you would refer to this thing, but I've got another way to hit metal into funny shapes, as well as a nice heavy-duty piece of pipe. And over here, I have a very special anvil, a dishing stump. As the name suggests, dishing stump, it's literally a chunk of log, a piece of a tree, right? And I spent time clearing all the bark off of it, and using the angle grinder, I put a bit of a bowl into the surface of this. Now, this particular log has sat outside for quite a long time, so I don't know how long that particular dishing stump is going to last me, but we'll get as much use out of it as I can. Of course, I've also got hammers, so there's plenty of stuff for me to be doing, there's plenty of tools for me to be using to make Alphonse. And let's talk about our steel. Now, in the past, for Master Chief, I was using 16 gauge, and for Alphonse, I have purchased a big old bundle of 18 gauge, so it's a little bit thinner. I don't off the top of my head know the reason why. When it comes to gauges, the higher the number, the thinner the material. So this is 18 gauge, and this sheet is significantly bigger than what I was buying. I was buying 2 foot by 2 foot for Master Chief. This is, I think, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 4, and it feels lighter than the 2 by 2. So that's a good thing. And of course, as you can see here on this surface, we have a number of parts for Alphonse laid out. I also have a second sheet that has a couple other pieces of Alphonse's armor. So I'm gonna get the nibbler out. I'm also gonna turn the fan on and start cutting out parts for Alphonse. This is my cardboard mock-up of Alphonse's cuirass. First set of patterns that I actually made into a wearable thing like this, because I can actually put this on, but I'm not going to do that right now. And then after I built the first one, I took the whole thing apart and transferred it onto like poster boards. But of course, in cutting it up and taking it apart, that destroyed it. So then from that set of patterns I then made this second one. So like I made one, I made patterns from it, and then I used those patterns to create a second one in order to test those patterns. Are you still following me? So, in any case, this is my cardboard mock-up. It looks not the greatest, not the prettiest, but it's something, yeah? So from this, y'all saw me beating on a piece of metal. This guy right here is the front, the chest pyramid is what I'm gonna call that. First major thing I wanted to do was try to get that angle in here. And that angle has to match up with this guy. So these two pieces will sort of go together like this. I'm gonna try not to cut myself with these edges. But as you can see, the pyramid right now, that's okay. I'm gonna have to keep bending this up and around. And the top of the chest pyramid, I mostly want to keep flat, but I have that line in the middle. So much like the sides of the pyramid, I'm gonna take the top of the pyramid here, and I'm gonna just put a slight bevel into this. So these two pieces will be like that a little bit, like take this guy and just, you know, because I think that'll make it look a little bit more dimensionally interesting and make the armor look a little bit more substantial. Yeah. You also notice I have my drawn line, my Sharpie line, but I gave myself a lot of extra room. And the reason being is that I'm gonna try to fold some edges. I wanna take this and I wanna try and roll it under. So I'm gonna put a little bit of a fold in this guy real quick and I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm not turning the fan off because it's hotter than doo-doo in here. But that is a good start to rolling the edge. This is really fun. My observation, the way this works, and I think I remember seeing this in like some blacksmith related videos. With every strike of the hammer, what it do is it sort of dents the metal in, and slowly but surely, the more times you do that, you go from flat to cupping the steel. Like every strike cups that spot, so a lot of strikes will eventually round over. And what I'm noticing with the top of the pyramid here is that I'm able to get a bit of this top side curve to this plate, and that's actually what I am wanting, because I think that kind of looks right. I don't want this part to be perfectly a flat shelf. Rolling this edge, you know, what that's doing is also kind of cupping the part. So forgive me, I don't know all the terms for all the parts of the anvil necessarily. But this tail end over here as I was going around and getting this edge started, what I was noticing was that this was starting to cup upwards. So, you know, I flipped it over and put it back the way I want it. But I find it interesting that the metal's behaving this way. I just think it's really cool figuring this stuff out. Let's see, how can I get in there close? Yeah, that looks cool. And it curved it a lot. It's a little more curved than I really want it to, but I'm gonna try to work with that. Let's see, I kinda want to flatten this out a little bit. There we go. But the cool thing I'm finding is that the rolled edge has now made this line a lot stronger, which I knew going in that rolling edges would do that. But I think what I'm finding is I need to make sure that the extra that I'm leaving for the edge, I think I need to leave myself at least like a quarter to a half an inch, somewhere in that range, because some of these edges, like way back over here, I did not leave myself enough material. So I'm gonna work on fixing that in the future. So now I have the two pieces of the chest pyramid. This is sort of this is the sides and here's the top. They're gonna fit together pretty much like this. But you can see the angle. It's like sticking too low. It needs to kind of be more flat. And the reason is because this edge actually needs to be kicked out. But for the moment, I'm gonna kind of leave it like that. So what I wanna do now, I have this guy, I've decided I don't wanna bother rolling the top edge of the pyramid sides. So I'm gonna just slap this thing with the grinder, take that edge down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start tacking these two parts together in order to assemble the chest pyramid. got the pyramid, the chest pyramid, fully welded up on the inside and the outside. I will clean this up later. It looks like doo-doo right now. But before I move on to that, I'm going to take this piece, actually. This is the lower portion of the chest plate, sort of the main portion of the chest plate that the pyramid will match up to. I'm gonna try out my dishing stump. I'm gonna be hammering this into the stump to round it out sort of spherical, you know what I mean? So we'll see how well that works. Okay, since this is such thin steel, that actually went really fast. I was able to get the rough dished shape going, and it does. Let's raise that up a little. Now, oh, that's hard to see. That's shiny, reflective. So, okay, I'm gonna take it to my makeshift mushroom anvil thingy on the vise and sort of refine it from the outside. So I'll have the mushroom in here and I'll be hitting it from this side. So hopefully that works out. And I'll be able to definitely take out some of these rough, like bumpy hammer marks too. All right, so I have the lower part of the chest plate a little bit more refined. It's not completely perfect right now. You can see there's still some texture on it. It's not perfectly smoothed out. But I went ahead and I got the bottom edge rolled onto the inside, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tack the chest pyramid to the lower portion of the chest plate at the center point, as well as the two, like the top corners, because I was trying to get the armpit right here rolled in, but I'm having a tough time up here. So I'm just gonna start tacking it together, and hopefully I'll be able to finish getting this roll so it'll be nice and comfortable and won't cut me. I think I've only been working on this chest plate for like 6 hours, something like that. And I'm already this far along, and it just feels really satisfying. That's got a pretty good ring to it. I now have the chest pyramid completely welded on both the outside and the inside. I have rolled all my important main edges. I spent a little bit of time doing a bit of an experiment off camera that y'all didn't see. But if you notice here, this bottom edge, it's not just rolled over. You can see that the edge, it comes down, but then it flares out. And what I did, this is me experimenting, and I kind of knew that you would see this type of flared edge like that. But I mean, you guys have already been watching, like, oh, I take the piece of metal here, I put it at the anvil, and I start hammering it to roll it over, right? But what I decided to do to try and flare the edge back out, I flipped the whole piece over this way, and then just along my folded line here, I just had this at a bit of an angle, and I just started tapping it out to get it to flare out like that. Maybe not the smartest idea to use the finished chest plate to test that technique on, but either way, I think for the most part it turned out good. The edge is, maybe the camera won't pick it up super well, but there are some rough spots along here where the edge of the anvil really dug in and kind of schmutzed up. Yeah, like right in here, you might be able to see there's like a really harsh line cut into the steel. I'm hoping when I go in and clean this up with the grinder and the sanders and stuff, I'll be able to take a lot of that out. I'm pretty happy with how fast this thing came together. I'm gonna set the chest plate aside, and in the next segment, the next filming session, I'm gonna start on the back plate, which is gonna be comprised of these two plates. It's gonna be the like large main back plate, and then this like sort of shoulder yoke piece. So I got the stump set up. I'm gonna beat the crap out of this thing for a few minutes, for a little while. I gotta put that spine detail in here, so I'm gonna try. I marked my line already. I'm gonna put this on the anvil. I marked it on both sides so I can see what I'm trying to hit. But I'm gonna try to put that bit of a fold, so that way from this angle it's like it goes out and comes in, and then it goes out and comes in. That did not work out the way I wanted it to. Plan B. Alright, it took me a second to figure the idea out. I've got a couple pieces of steel clamped together with a space in between. I'm going to go like this. There we go. And now I've got a bit of a trench that I can use to actually get the indentation for the spine. So I already got it started. So it works. It works. Hang on. And if I use the what is this? The masonry hammer, it's got that big pickaxe-like chisel side to it. So this'll get the spine started. That spiny do in. Alright, I'm going to try to refine this now. I did also start doing the top piece when y'all weren't looking because you blinked, haha. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one the same way. I'm gonna put this in that other piece for the back, and then I'm going to start rolling the edges. Okay, I did not pay attention to the time. It's very dark out, but the back plate, I got the main plate. I got the spiny detail put in there. Spiny, you know what I mean? That the groove down the middle for a spine. I'm going to have to try to dome that over a little more, just so it looks a little more correct. I'm gonna treat it kind of how I did the chest plate. I'm gonna round over all the edges except for this guy. I'm gonna leave this one alone, so that way I can weld it to this piece, which I also have the matching groove. So those pieces are gonna go together, kind of like how I did the breastplate. Except on this one, I did fold over all the edges. I think that this will work. And then when I weld along this line, I'm just going to put enough weld in there that I can then grind it down later and try to make it look relatively seamless. What the heck? There's a big honking dragonfly up there that's losing its mind. Holy frick-a-frack. That's a big honking bug, dude. I don't know if it comes across on the camera, but that thing's like 4 inches long. That's a big old dragonfly, dude. He's losing his mind. So anyway, before I get dive bombed by a gigantic super bug, I'm gonna leave this here. And we'll come back later. I'm actually going on a bit of a trip, so I will be delayed between now and the next clip. I hope you will forgive me, but I shall return soon. I don't know why I go into weird character voices. Anyway, see you later. Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, while I admit this is not a completed cuirass, this is at least a good start, I feel. It looks funny with the bobble-headed Mark V. So I know this isn't a finished piece, but I'm pretty happy with the way the chest plate is coming along, and I will be slapping together the back plate fairly quickly. So should be ready for that. I think the goal in the next video is going to be to get the back plate fully welded up and ready to go, and I think what I want to do is actually put the two pieces together and kind of get an idea for how they will fit to one another, because there's a lot of stuff I still have to do. For the chest plate, I have to put the little throat guard collar, or the little throat guard plate, the big wide collar that Alphonse has, as well as like the leather pieces that go on like the ribs. So there's a lot left to do for the cuirass, but I think the next video will probably be me concluding the cuirass. So stick around, stay tuned, and all that good stuff. Yeah. And before I do my outro, just a quick reminder, I do also now have an X account, so you guys, if you enjoy the stuff I do here, I randomly post stuff, photos of the work as I'm going, and I'm just kind of improvising over there too. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. If you like what I do here, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Cast Carbon. I'm going to keep on keeping on.